All right, so let's start sitting up today on our blankets. Let me get my light over here. It's a dark day here, so I'm going to make sure my light is shining on me here. Up on our blankets, up on our pillows, so that we have the opportunity to sit upright without working as hard as we would without our blankets or pillows. If your legs are crossed, let them be separate from each other. If it's crossing leg, I know crossing legs is hard for some people, so find another position that works for you. Let's start right off by changing the cross of our legs. And just notice that you always cross your legs the same way. And of course, you don't have to do that, but I'm going to do that today. I'm going to go the way that I don't usually go, just to give myself this opportunity to feel that little uncomfortableness in my seat. We're going to feel our connection to the earth, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Get tall, get open through the heart center. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Close your eyes or leave them open. If they're open, look at one thing. Don't be distracted by everything all around you. Just look at one thing. And then get soft around that thing. Let your arms be heavy. Feel the breath moving through your body without changing the breath. Just, hey there, breath. I notice you moving through my body today. See what that is like. Sometimes it means that the breath is stuck here in the chest. And we spend some time there in that chest breathing place when we're stressed out, when we're not thinking about breathing. So just be aware of it. Awareness is our first best friend, because then we can think about drawing in the deeper breath, changing the chest breath, letting it become the belly breath. So we breathe into the belly, the rib cage, the chest. We fill up the entire torso with our breath, the front of the torso, the sides of the torso, the back of the torso. We take it all in. And as we exhale, we let it go without losing any of this big and beautiful space that we've created with our breath. So the breath flows in, we get a little bit bigger, more open, wider. And as we exhale, we let it go, but don't lose anything that you've gained from the in-breath. Breath flows in. I know that I am breathing in. The breath flows out. I know that I am breathing out. I put all of my attention on my breath. Let's do that for the next few breaths. When you feel your mind drifting away, bring it back. Bring it back to the breath. Let's take a few more nice deep breaths in, long breaths out, with our awareness completely on the breath. Let go of any tension you're holding in your body. Try to let go of anything you're holding in your heart that you don't need right now. You can always come back to it. And let's create an intention for our practice today. We breathe it in, we let it go. Remember, we're breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. I prefer nose breathing if you have that clear passage for nose breathing. It's better for your body. Let's start with a rotation at the waist. So we'll hit all the major parts of the body like we always do. We'll move the 6 directions of the spine like we always do, but we're going to add a little extra twisting in today. Some people will say that twisting is a good detox for your system. I used to hear that all the time when I was first starting yoga. But actually, just breathing is a good detox for your system. Let's go the other way. And anytime you move your body in any way at all, you are detoxing, you are moving energy, you are moving matter, you are changing things in your body, and you are detoxing, no matter whether you're twisting or not. Twisting gives your organs an opportunity to maybe sit in a slightly different position in your body, have a different view of the world from where they sit usually. And of course, it's wonderful for your spine, keeping the spine supple. That's what we want. We want to be able to move. We want to be able to golf or play tennis or turn around and look out the back window of our car. That's what we want to do until we're 150 years old. Let's come back up. Let's make a circle with the tip of the nose. Keep your jaw quiet. We're still breathing, deep breaths in, long breaths out. Let's circle the other direction. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll start with a little twist of the cervical spine. So of course we keep our chin level to the floor. Make sure you're not leaning forward. So draw your shoulders back so they're stacked right over your hips. Chin is level to the floor, and we're going to turn to the right. Inhale through the middle and turn to the left. So we're rotating. This is a little twist for our neck. Inhaling, we do it all the time. Exhaling. Inhaling, we come through the middle and exhale to the left. Let's do it one more time each side. So inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling, and then inhaling through the middle. We're going to lift our shoulders up, roll back and down. We're going to do this a couple times more. And then let's roll one and then the other. So get a little twisting going here in the torso just by using one shoulder at a time. All right, loosening up. And then let's bring our fingertips to the floor. And we're going to do a little rotation side to side with the breath. So let's inhale, arms up, and exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale, arms up, and we rotate to the left. Let's do this a few times, just like we did with the head turning side to side. Notice how you're feeling about this. Notice if your body likes this. Notice if your back likes this. Your hips are a little bit involved here, so notice what they're saying to you. It's just kind of a little way of saying hello in a slightly different way than we usually do. Now, the next time we go to the right, let's stay on the right. So left hand to the thigh, right hand. I always kind of grab my pillow here because I'm still sitting on it. Chin stays level to the floor. Relax your shoulders. Remember, your spine is always long when we're rotating it. Feel that heart lifting right through the heart center. Woo! Now let's unwind, but we'll keep the arms low. We're going to come all the way through the center, inhaling. We inhale when we come through the center. Exhale as we twist. That's what your body wants to do. It doesn't feel normal to inhale when you're losing space on one side, right? So exhale as we rotate into the twist, chin drops down. We are breathing. Nice big breaths. Maybe your head doesn't want to rotate as much as it will by the time we're done with our practice. That's okay. Stay where you're comfortable. We're just warming up. Let's unwind and come back to the middle. Take a big breath in and let it go. Let's move off our pillows, blankets, or whatever you're sitting on. We'll put the feet wide in front of us, hands behind. We can rotate this way too by dropping the knees side to side. This gets our hips a little bit more involved and that IT band right down the leg. Here we go. That's a hard spot to find. Back and forth. Feel that deeper little rotation in your low back. Become aware of each part of your body. Now let's let the arm go in a gentle way. We're not whipping it around. We're just going, oh, here we go. You can float over to the left. You can float over to the right, back and forth. Arm is floating. Now, the next time our knees drop to the right, we're going to go into the twist from this position. So you're just going to walk your hands around behind you. Let me turn around so you can see what that looks like. I just got my hands here on the floor. If your hands don't come all the way to the floor, stay on your fingertips. This is also a nice place. You could bring the floor up to you using your block. Keep your head turning over to the right side. However your legs landed is fine. Just be comfortable. Get tall through the crown of your head, even though your spine is in this kind of strange little curving twist. And then we're going to go to the other side. So we'll let the knees drop over to the left. Keep the spine long, keep going, keep turning. You're on your hands. I've seen people come on their forearms here. I think it's a little too early for that, but if that feels good for you, if you're a loosey-goosey and you've got lots of space in your spine and your body, you could try that. Be mindful of how your back feels. Look over your left shoulder. Notice where you feel this stretch. I feel this stretch in my abdominals. Nice big stretch there for me. And then let's unwind and come all the way back around. Straighten out our legs. While we're here, let's give our wrists and ankles a little rotation. When you think about how miraculous rotation is and all the things that we can do because we can rotate our joints, pretty mind-boggling. Appreciating this beautiful body. Let's circle the other direction. And then let's come to our hands and knees. We'll start with the hands slightly forward of the shoulders so that we can do a big up, down, and around. I like this movement for warming up the places that maybe we haven't been yet. So up, down, and around. Make it free, make it comfortable. Take your time. There's no rushing. We're going to slow it down. And then circle the other direction. Circle, feeling your body in this beautiful movement, all the places where you feel stretch. And then let's come up and we're going to come right into our table. So the difference between where we were and where we are is your hands are right underneath your shoulders. All right. So I don't like to rotate from this space. I don't feel like I have enough room. I feel like I have lots of room when my hands are a little bit forward. But we're going to do a table twist here, thread the needle pose. Now let's try something that I don't usually do very often. Let's extend the left leg out to the left side of your mat. So your leg is perpendicular, and you might already start to feel a stretch through your inner thigh. Of course, if you don't want to do this, you keep your knee underneath you. If both knees are underneath you, I'm going to suggest you take a wider stance with your knees, more like shoulder distance. That gives you a nice little tripod to balance on. So we're going to take the right arm underneath, in between your left arm and your left leg, and you're going to come to your shoulder and the side of your head. I've got my right palm turned up. I'm going to take hold with my left hand, my right wrist with my left hand, and give it a pull. So my arm feels a little bit longer. I feel a nice stretch in my right shoulder. Drop your hips back to your feet if you feel any pressure in your head. If your shoulder and your head do not come to the floor, put a blanket under your shoulder and your head. Let's breathe here. Some of you might like to let your arm float back and come to your low back, or kind of hang back there in the air. That gives you a little bit of an opening through the chest. Feel free. I know some of you have done this posture for years and years and years and years, and some of you it's brand new. Let's breathe here. A couple more. And then put your left hand on the floor from wherever it is. Bring it back to the floor. We're going to push up and bring the leg underneath. So you're back in your table, and we're going to go to the other side. So let's extend the right leg if you're extending your leg. If not, you've got that wide space between your knees. We're going to bring the left arm underneath, palm is up. Put your shoulder and head on the floor, but without too much pressure. Right hand takes the left wrist. If that feels good, lengthen your left arm. Maybe your right arm finds a different position where you feel the opening across your chest. So table twist, relax your jaw, and breathe. And then we're going to put the right hand back on the floor from wherever it is. We're using that hand to push us back up and into table. Let's do a little round of cat-cow while we're here. If you're tired of being on your wrists, you come down to your forearms. You know that's always an option. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath, and let's round it up. Cat to cow. Take your time. One of the most beautiful exercises for your low back. Stretch it out. Take your time. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with your eyes closed, and feel what this is like in your body. Moving from cat to cow. Revel in the spaces between the breaths. Be still there and feel your energy body. Let's breathe in one more time and out one more time. And come to neutral table. We're going to tuck the toes, push back to squat. Now, I know this is where I lose some people, but I do believe that squat is one of the most important things that we can do. If squatting is absolutely out of the question for you, come to standing, and I'm going to show you what to do. So I will come back here and join you in standing. If you're in standing, stand with your feet about shoulder distance and your feet parallel. If you're in squat, turn your toes out, your feet are wide. We're going to do a twist from here. So you're going to leave your left hand on the floor right in front of you, and we're going to rotate up, just lift the right arm up in the air. That's what we're doing here. If you're standing, we're going to bring the arms out to T, up overhead, inhaling, and we're going to exhale, turn to the right, look back over your right arm, inhale, and twist to the left, look back over your left arm. And you're going to keep going, okay, just like that. Squat, folks. Let's bring the right arm back to the floor. We're going to leave it there. Left arm is going to lift up. Let's take a look up at the left arm. If you're standing, you're still rotating side to side, the standing twist. Breathe. And then let's put our hand on the floor. If you're in squat, lift up your hips. Walk your feet to hip distance parallel. If you're standing, in your standing twist, come back to mountain pose. We're going to join you, bend the knees. Let's unhinge from the hip creases, and we're all joining each other in our favorite standing position, mountain pose. Okay, so you saw those of you who were twisting from the standing position. You can twist from the standing position, right? That's something, of course, if you're a golfer, you know that you can twist from the standing position. So that's always a thing you can do instead of that squat twist if you want to. All right, let's do some halves and salutations to continue warming up the body. We'll inhale, reach up. This is our opportunity to get really big. Exhale, fold it over, soft knees, hinge, hang. We come part way up, breathing, and then fold it over. And now up we come again. Woo! And exhale. Doesn't it feel good to get big, to open up? Let's do it again. Inhale. And exhale. Imagine you're breathing through your whole body on the in-breath. Part way up. And fold. And reach. And exhale your hands to your heart. Now imagine the next breath you take is all the way down to the soles of your feet, right? There's nothing in the way. The breath is going through your whole body. Inhale all the way to the soles of your feet. Exhale, let it all go. Part way up. Breathe it out. And then inhale. And exhale your hands to your heart. All that detoxification we just did, that feels good, doesn't it? Let's release the arms, take the step, and let's all do our easy little rotation. Move your foot. So your feet are not glued to the floor because that will strain your knee. You're just letting your foot and your knee go together. It's like they're on a field trip together. Foot and knee, happy to be together. Arms are swinging just gently, like, woo, I've got nothing else to do but swing and rotate and lubricate my spine. And then let's come back and back and back and back slowly to our mountain pose. Now feel the energy that flows, courses maybe even through your body just by moving. We're going to do 2 balancing postures. They're both rotations. Okay, so the first one, we're going to shift to the right foot, lift up the left thigh. We're going to come to our regular old stork pose. If you like it here, here you go. Here you are. You could also have your big toe on the floor. You could be holding on to something, a chair. You can have your back on the wall. All right, we're going to move this. So I'm going to let my left arm come down to the T position beside me. I'm going to let my right arm come to the outside of my left knee, and then slowly turn my head to look out over my left arm and bring my left arm behind me. Keep following it. So we've rotated the torso. We're looking back over the left arm. We're breathing, or maybe you're just standing in stork pose, or maybe you're just standing here with your arm out to T. Wherever you've moved to, you've challenged yourself. Let's breathe. Let's move the left arm back to T. We're looking out. We're going to turn the head to center. Release the right arm, both arms overhead. Take another breath. Woo! Let it go. If you need a tap, 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 or a shake. All right, and we come back to mountain. All right, you know where we're going. We're going to shift over to the left foot. Right leg is lifting up. We'll start in stork pose. You may stay here if you like. Remember, we've got an engagement through the abdominals. So we're nice and strong through the core. That's important when we start moving. Let's release the right arm out to T. We're going to bring the left arm to the outside of the right leg. Turn to look at your right hand. And then stay here or bring your arm behind you and turn your head to look. Spine is long, heart is open, breath is flowing. We'll bring the arm back to T, take a look. Let's release the head to center. Left arm out to T, both arms overhead. And we let go. Let's do a shake. Woo! Let's do a wiggle. I mean to tell you, hip flexors have to work there, don't they? So does this. Concentration. As long as we can remember to breathe when we're concentrating, when we're holding ourselves, when we're thinking about something else, that's the magic of balancing postures. All right, let's do chair pose first. All right, so arms are going to come up. Take a breath. We're going to sit down in our chair, shift your weight to your heels. Arms are right next to your ears. All right, you should be able to lift your toes fairly easily. You still have the four corners of your feet on the floor, but most of your weight is in your heel. Notice that my knee is over my foot. That keeps it there. And then we release. We're going to add on to that. Okay. So let's lift up our arms, sit back in our chair, just like we did before. Take a breath and then bring your hands to your heart, exhaling. We're going to take another breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate to the right. Now, some of you will go ahead and bring your elbow down to your knee. Some of you are just fine here with the little rotation here. Point your right elbow towards the ceiling. Let's inhale through the middle. And we're going to exhale, twist to the left. Same thing. Maybe you feel comfortable with your elbow on your knee. Maybe you're up here. Breathe. And then let's come here, inhaling, and let's release. Let's do a shake. All right, we're going to add on to that. So you've got two places you can be. You can say, I'm not doing that at all. I'm staying in chair pose. You can say, I'm willing to go to where we just were. Okay? Or you can join me in the balance. Arms are going to come here. We're going to sit down in our chair. Step your feet a little closer together. So your big toes are touching. You can take a look at your toes there, but your heels are separated. Sit down in your heels. Let's take a breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now, squeeze your knees together. Okay, so now your big toes and your knees are touching. So take a breath here. As we exhale, we're going to twist to the right, and I'm going to put my elbow right on my thigh. And then squeezing my knees together, I'm going to imagine that I have a $100 bill in between my knees, shift to my right foot, let my left foot come behind me, point to the back wall. This is a lot easier if you've got a $100 bill in between your knees because you don't want to lose it. Let's put the foot down, inhale through the middle, exhale to the left, put your elbow on your knee if you can. You don't have to, you can stay up here. Squeeze your $100 bill, shift to your left foot and pick your right foot off the floor, point to the back wall. Breathe. And let's release, inhale and exhale, let it all go, let yourself hang. Now that you're looking at your feet again, step them to hip distance. Let's take hold of our elbows, one in each hand, and we'll twist from the outside of one leg to the outside of the other, back and forth. And then let's release our hands to the floor. We're going to walk out to down dog. Oh, we finally make it to down dog. I'm going to do a little wardrobe adjustment. All right, downward facing dog. Let's walk it. Let's spread our fingers. Let's let our head hang. Some of you are saying, finally, we're in down dog. I love down dog. Some of you are saying, I hate downward facing dog. When is this going to be over? Just notice what you're feeling. If you don't like down dog and you don't want to be here anymore, come to child's pose. We're going to do a rotation. Let's drop towards our heels. Let's walk our feet about half a foot length forward towards your hands. That's going to make this a little bit easier. So you've closed up your dog a little bit. Let's take the right hand off the mat. Take hold of the outside of your left ankle. Look underneath your left armpit. Breathe. Of course, if you don't want to do this, you're still in down dog. It's a little rotation in down dog. Let's put the left hand down. Right hand comes up. We're going to take hold of the right ankle. Let's look underneath the right armpit. Breathing. And then let's release. So that may have been something new to some of you. Pretty cool. Walk your feet back. Let's come to plank. And let's come all the way down to the floor. Let's have a rest. All right, just let yourself rest. Whatever position here you like, wherever your hands are, wherever your head is. If you want to wiggle jiggle your hips a little bit, I like to wiggle jiggle and remind my low back and my hips to just relax. Breathe, feel your heart, maybe feel your heart beating on the floor. I feel my heart beating on the floor. Say hi to your heart today. Relax your jaw, take another big breath in and out. And then let's slide our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to do cobra pose, but we're going to twist our cobra. So I like to do cobra with my legs in a comfortable position. I've had teachers that have said, put your toes together. Cobras have tails. They don't have legs. You decide what you want to do. I kind of, I like the freestyle approach, right? I like to be comfortable. So my feet are a comfortable distance apart. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Put your hands right underneath your shoulders. Look down at your mat and let your elbows and your ribs be best friends. So they're squeezing together. They want to be together. Spread your fingers. Let's inhale and lift into cobra. So we're going to use our hands a little bit. So I cannot lift my hands off the floor at this point. If my cobra was lower, I could, but I'm really using my arms. So let's take a breath here. Lengthen your neck. Exhale. Lift your left hip off the floor and look over your left shoulder. Exhaling. We'll inhale through the middle. This is great for your arms, by the way. Exhale over the right arm, over the right shoulder. Inhale through the middle. Exhale to the left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We'll go one more time. Inhale and exhale, and then inhale and exhale your forehead to the floor. Release your arms, turn your head to one side, and relax. One more big breath. And then let's slide our hands under our shoulders again, just so that we can get to child's pose. Let's go slowly to child's pose, like slow motion. Someone's videotaping us and they're videotaping in slow motion. And we're going right back to our heels. Let's extend our arms. Let's snuggle into our knees and let's let the forehead either come to the floor or let it rest in your hands if you're trying to keep your spine a little bit more neutral. Relax your jaw, relax everything. Everything is soft. Oh, send the breath all out throughout your back. Fill up your back. And then let's release. We'll come up to Vajrasana, not for long. We're going to drop the hips to the right side of the feet. Take hold of your left ankle with your left hand. We need to get a lateral flexion here, lateral flexion of the spine. So we're going to lift up the right hand, take a breath, exhale, open up the right side of your body. Try to relax your left shoulder and your jaw. And then up we come. Inhale. Exhale. Let's rotate to the right. And turn your head. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Take another breath in and out. And then we unwind, inhaling. All right, let's flip to the other side. So out comes your tail on the other side. We're going to hold the right ankle with the right hand, left arm lifts up. Take a breath. And exhale. But keep breathing. Big breaths. All the space that we're creating in the left rib cage now, in the intercostal muscles in between the ribs. We're going to be breathing better the rest of the day. Let's inhale through the middle. Exhale. Woo! Here we go. Rotating to the left, chin level to the floor. Get tall. Let's unwind on an in-breath. Come all the way back around. All right, we're going to free the legs. Bring them out in front again. And then we're going to bend the knees. Lean back on your sacrum. So your feet are off the floor. They don't have to be very high. I'm just going to demonstrate a little rotation here in boat pose. So this is going to be the extent of our boat pose today. We're not going to go into full boat. So let's open up the heart. Take hold of your imaginary ball. It could be a ball of energy, a ball of sunshine. It could be a ball of snowball. It could be an energy ball, whatever you want, beach ball. So let's take a breath here. And then exhale, put your ball down over there on the right side. And then inhale, pick your ball up. And exhale, put it down on the left side. And let's do that a couple of times. So we're going to pick up the ball and put it down. Exhale. Inhale, pick up your ball. Exhale, put it down. Again, inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. And then let's put our feet down. We'll cross our legs the way you want to. Let's do a rotation just like we did at the beginning. Our reward. Nice little rotation around. How do you feel? Let's circle the other direction. All the way around. We've done a lot of twisting today. And then let's come all the way back up, and we're going to come to our back. How do you want to get there today? You find your way there. I find my way there, and we land on our backs. Let's pull our knees up one at a time. And let's do a rock. You can either hold your hands in the middle or just hold your knees. We're going to circle our knees and massage our back. So that cobra pose, that twisting cobra, that's a lot of work for your back. Here's the reward. If you want to work harder, of course, you know your hands go to the floor. Let's circle the other direction. And back to the middle. Arms slide out to T. Relax them on the floor. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck. Let's let the knees travel to the left. Shoulders remain heavy. Turn your head and look out to the right side. So we've got a rotation not only in the low back, but also in the cervical spine, the neck. So one thing I haven't mentioned is that most of our rotation happens right where the thoracic spine and the lumbar spine come together. That's where we're rotating. That's where we're bending. That's where we have the most flexibility because our rib cage ends. So whoo, your spine gets to be free. Also makes the spot vulnerable. Of course, the more freedom we have, the more vulnerability we have. But I think we'll take it. Let's bring the right knee through the middle and the left following all the way over to the right side. Relax everywhere. Get your whole body heavy on the floor. Heavy on the floor. Relax. Now let's bring the knees through the middle. We'll give them a hug. One more hug. Ooh, squeeze, little rock if you like rocking. Otherwise, just a squeeze. And then let's reach down for our feet and have some fun in happy baby pose. Back and forth maybe, or you're still, or move your legs straight in one and then the other. Be playful and happy baby if that makes sense for you. If you like a little bit of order in what you're doing, then hang out here. Hang out. Let your knees drop towards the floor. Let your shoulders be heavy. And then let's start to straighten the legs, but let's bring the arms behind them and just give them a little squeeze in. So we're doing our forward fold, but we've got our back completely supported by the earth. Some of you might like the idea of taking hold of your feet instead. Some of you might like the idea of using a strap here around your feet. So wherever you can get, whatever feels comfortable, whether it's here or here or here, draw the legs in. Try to keep them straight. A straighter leg is going to give you a bigger stretch, but if that's impossible for you, then of course, soften them up. We're going to take a couple more breaths here. And then let's release the legs, and either straight legs or bent are going to come all the way down to the floor. Straight legs are harder, bent legs easier, all the way down to the floor. Quiet landing. Lift your arms up overhead, reach, reach, reach in both directions. Let's do a full body stretch. Let's lengthen the right leg, and then let's lengthen the left leg, and then lengthen the right arm and lengthen the left arm. We are long on the floor from tip to toe. Long on the floor, reach, 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 reach. Soften your jaw. Reach a little bit longer, get taller. Take another breath. And then relax and let go of all the tension in your body. Let it go in this position. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And then find your way into the space where you're going to do relaxation today. So come to Shavasana, come to constructive rest pose with your knees dropping together. Come to your side or come to an upright position. But wherever you are, be there and allow this time for your body, mind, and spirit to have a little time together. And relax into that and get heavy into that. And let your whole body sink and sink and sink. And let your breath become quiet and gentle, like a little gentle stream that just flows through a few little rocks and trickles and trickles and trickles. It's a little bit of sound very gently as it moves through the structures of your body. Exhale and relax a little bit more. Let that softness, that quietness, that stillness overtake you. Let this be all that there is right now. Your quiet breath, your soft and relaxed body, and everything else fading away. Now let's invite a deep breath in. Invite deep breaths into your body. Invite your fingers and toes to move and your head to turn. And then let's bend one knee and then the other. And we'll roll to the right side. Come to fetal position. In this transition space, let's expand this space with gratitude in our hearts for our twisty bodies, all the ways they can move that enable us to partake in so many different activities in our world. We get to experience our world in a different way because we can rotate. Don't ever really think about that, but it's true. And then let's say thank you to our breath for making it all possible. And for the practice, gratitude for the practice, which wakes us up to our amazing body and keeps us moving, keeps us supple. And then when you're ready, use your hands to push yourself up. You bring our hands together to the heart center in Anjali Mudra as we close our practice together. Here, honor yourself for who you are, just as you are, and just as you were intended to be. We honor each other in the same way. We honor all people and all the creatures of the earth. We honor this earth and feel gratitude for the many gifts that we enjoy in abundance every day. We feel our connection to each other, to all people, to all beings, and to all things on earth. Let's share our voices in the sound of our practice, in the sound of our breath, in the sound of everything, in the sound of Om. Taking a deep breath together. May peace, joy, love, compassion, and gratitude fill your heart today and every day to overflowing. Namaste. And thank you. And if I don't see you, have a great weekend. The weekend is upon us again. All right, this is my creativity deck. All the words are super small, so I can't read them without my glasses. It says no stakes. And there's a butterfly sitting there on a bunch of sunflowers with artwork in the middle of them. I don't know if you can see that or not. I liberate myself from any notion of stakes, pressure, risk, and enjoy the lightness that comes with fluttering from joy to joy like a creative butterfly. I allow myself to just be and make whatever, whenever, however. In the grand scheme, my world is a tiny piece of space lint, hurtling through infinite blackness, where it'll inevitably be crushed by asteroids or swallowed by a black hole. So why should we feel any stress at all? I don't know how I feel about that one, except for go out there and create, because it doesn't matter, because we're going to get smashed by an asteroid or get sucked into a black hole eventually. Sorry.
Thank you.
We'll be gone. We'll be gone by then.